I'm quite a difficult guy to please
Right.
because,
Okay.
I
Sorry,
mean,
Roy. I thought I'd let you know I hit record. So just because I remembered I was going to do that for Emily, just so she knows it. And I
perfect.
asked you about Emily, so I thought, oh, I better
Yes,
record. Sorry.
absolutely. Thank you. I'm very pleased that you did that.
Yeah.
So, that I'm a very, difficult guy to please. I mean, when we started talking, I said to you, things like, you're talking too much, you don't listen enough. It's just, and my expectation when I joined you, was I'd worked with attention experts, and he's supposedly, excuse my language, he's supposedly like the best in the field, and my experience with him was just terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so, um, so when I came to you, obviously I had a little bit of a hesitation, um, not about you, but about somebody that knows. But you've absolutely, you haven't just met my expectations, you've exceeded them, and I particularly want to compliment Emily on the posts. So,
Good.
I missed a week where I wasn't, going and verifying the posts, but she's doing such a good job that there's actually nothing to verify. And if there's one or two little errors that creep in between there, so what?
We can always
She's
pick
just
up on them. That's great.
correct.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that the content has just been superb, and the mix of content and the way that you put the words to the images, I mean, it's way surpassed my expectations. So thank you, Emily. You will be listening to this. Thank you so much. This has all been done in spite of Steve.
No, I think the other.
I'm
Well,
only kidding. I'm only
we
kidding.
benefit. We benefit from you being very, very good at creating the content and having it on the website. So realistically, that's just it all working together. So you're a very good business and person to work with because you've got it all in place where it should be, and so it makes our life just so much easier. And so realistically, it is working the way that we would hope it would work in terms of the model. So yours is a business that basically, and we're going to talk about the website, but realistically your website has such a variety of content, and for us to be able to share that, it does make it a lot easier. so
Well,
and
that's
the
great.
copywriting is good too. And so in many ways, it's just about keeping consistent with the website, but also keeping consistent with call to action and that sort of stuff to get people to to touch base and have you top of mind. There is, as you know, there's always things you can do to help that out a little bit. We've been telling a lot of our clients that don't have the sort of network that you have, but what we're seeing a lot of, particularly in the sort of BNI community, is a lot of people in BNI in the small business tend to use their Facebook profile in the way that they should use their LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
So by all means, we encourage people to invite their network of friends and colleagues to follow their Facebook page. That's one thing, because realistically, it's a fairly easy thing to do, and certainly there's a major difference often between those ones that do that and those ones that it becomes very hard work for us if the only network that they've got is often my network that I'm telling them, so which is often not as relevant, right? So realistically,
I'm
yeah.
going to come to all that. That's come
Yeah,
some of the things
you'll
I
have
want
a
to
chat
ask you.
about that. Yeah, perfect.
But I also want to just say that, and this is now, to sort of heighten the compliment, is that this content that you've had access to, attention experts had the same access to the same.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So
Okay.
they never ever used it, in the way you guys did. They kept, the posts was, anyway, let's not even go there.
Yep.
I'm just complimenting you guys, and I'm saying that it's terrific to work with you, and you're highly referable.
Thanks.
And anything you want with regards Google reviews, or LinkedIn reviews, or recommendations, any of that, just send me a link to where you want me to go. And
Thanks, Roy.
I will be putting it there, with full authenticity.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Can I just ask you one sort of little
Of
unrelated
course.
thing, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
totally unrelated?
Yeah, no
Um,
problems.
and this is totally off the record, so I'm going to ask the
Do you
question
want me to
first, and
stop
I'm going to.
recording?
No.
Okay.
What is your experience working with Tiz?
Oh, with Tears, we
In
yeah.
fact,
Well,
maybe stop
realistically,
recording.
we we have only had the experience of, she lets us go realistically in terms of in the much the same way as you. So we've got the model. She was very difficult to around to win over in much the way, as I said, in much the same way, as yourself. We didn't come in there with any expectations. I think is so again probably very similar in terms of, but from the start really having to almost make sure that we met. Her previous experiences had also been pretty poor. I think that's probably the best way. I think I may have said this to you previously, where she said, all the social media marketers are full of shit and useless. I said, hey, Tiz, look at who you're talking to here. Settle down. But realistically, so we're, she's really our first contact in Sydney. So for us, she's important. She was important in terms of being, generous. But realistically, that's my only experience. Is that she's hard, firm but fair. I think, but. Yeah, how we please. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's about the extent of the relationship. Is the main is that
that's all good.
Kind of work with. Yeah.
Okay, so you happy with the way this? I mean, the stats, are sort of very different.
Let's just chop off on the couple of ones below, because where you really help us is the fact that you help yourself because you're so great at. Better Call Roy on that Roy sort of brand on LinkedIn is fabulous, right? So I congratulate you on what you've done there. Just scroll down a little bit further, because I just want to see again what we've tried to do this month with our reporting is with just to LinkedIn there. So see how you got page following. Just make sure that you're inviting your network to that company page.
All right.
I'll show you.
Yeah. So I've done that before. The thing is, what I'm finding in there, it's the same people. They don't give you a mix of new people.
Oh yeah. So maybe what the best thing is, I find that as well. And I don't know if it's a bit of a LinkedIn thing where it's because the people that are more active or the people that have engaged with you previously or what it might be. But what you can do is you just search the ones you want to invite in. So when you go to LinkedIn, which I can see you've got open on the page to the left, is there a tab open on the left?
Okay, so if I can...
Yeah. So then just go to Out There Branding, which however you would go quickest is probably just type it in. But I hear what you're saying, because you've got probably a big connection. I'm often surprised that why is it that they're offering me these first 100 or whatever it is when I've got, you've got more than me, I think. So, there's 5,000 to choose from. Why are you just offering? But then what you can be is quite selective. If you might have if you're using a CRM, for instance, just type in Andy or Adrian. Start with A and just work your way down, and then just invite the people along those lines. So I'll show you just on that when that loads. One thing else that you beat me at, Roy, I have never seen so many tabs open up on the top that they actually finish up being so small on the top of your page. That's incredible.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I don't know how you must have very good Wi-Fi.
That's not a good.
Believe me, I've got windows and tabs always open, and I'm not sure it always helps.
No, that's exactly it.
Yeah. So if you hit on admin tools, then here, and we go there. But you really, for a guy that's got a massive network, so admin tools next to new on the right-hand side.
Got it.
Yep. Oh yeah. So we've probably got a bit of a delay. My bad. Yep.
I was just okay.
And then invite connections. And as I said, what I find what often happens if you just start by doing start typing in the name, let's say or you might have to write a particular name, let's say Andrew.
So if I can show you. So these that are coming up in my feed here, this comes up every single time. So,
I understand. And I don't know exactly why that might be. One thing you can actually do is you could potentially, for a start, you could go locations. Just click on Sydney, for instance. So that'll Greater Sydney, and then just that hopefully will change the look a little bit. And as I said, the thing is, we're given 100 every month. Sometimes I see when people don't use them up, they're actually getting offered 250 now.
Right. See,
But
there's a whole lot of people that,
yeah.
you
So
know,
I would absolutely recommend that you don't leave a month without inviting 100 in, right? Just because you've got a similar following, and yet you're much more active and much more engaged as an individual than I am on LinkedIn, right? So what I would say to you, don't let a month go by without taking that 100 credits. We're now seeing on Diffie Social, our LinkedIn organic reach is better than our Facebook organic reach.
yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, we're not paying for that, right? So,
Yes.
so don't let a month go by. That would be awesome. Then the other thing is, if you want to click back to Basecamp, which I think is 2 over from this current tab. Yeah, but for you particularly, you've got a great presence on LinkedIn, so keep it up. That's awesome. We'll get to Twitter. The thing with with Instagram, again, organic reach on Instagram is higher than what it is on Facebook, and so whilst 8,000 is high, some of that would be because of the ad. In fact, probably quite a bit of that would be because of the ad going through, but not not all of it, right? So just be mindful that you're reaching 8,000 accounts, which is as high as many. I can't think of another one off the top of my head other than ones that actually use influencers that I have that's reaching as many accounts as what you are at the moment. So again, just be aware that Instagram is you're getting really good account reach in there. Yeah.
Okay, so I need a little bit of help on Instagram, because now that have you been on Clubhouse yet, by the way?
Which one?
Clubhouse.
Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay,
No.
well, when you've got a little bit of time, I mean, I know that you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
So I'm also a busy guy. So I'm sharing.
I know you are. I know that.
I'm sharing this with you as a mate.
Yeah.
Is Clubhouse takes social media to a different level.
Right.
And I'll tell you why.
Yep.
One thing. I mean, I've been posting on LinkedIn. You know, I've been present on social media for close to 2 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe not as 100% active, but specifically on LinkedIn, I've been very, very active. Okay. I went onto Clubhouse just to test it out. All of a sudden, it's like you hear people's voices and you can connect with them by talking to them.
Right.
Do you know what's happened on my LinkedIn since I started with that? I'm just going to show you something, tell you something. So have a look at this. These are people that I have been struggling to get in front of, struggling to make connections with. And here are the names of some of the people that I've connected with, because I've been in a room with them and I've sent them a message and I've referred back to Clubhouse and they've connected with me. Have a look at this. It's very slow today. I don't know what's happened here. I can't even get to. I can't even get anywhere here. I can't even get to the area. I can't even get to the menu. Look at this. Wow. Anyway, I'm trying to get to my connections. Must be somewhere.
Maybe you've got it. You've got 2 other LinkedIn's. Actually, you got 4 other LinkedIn's open.
Yeah, right? Because so let's
maybe LinkedIn is a bit clunky. Hey, do you find you know what? And funnily enough, LinkedIn is Microsoft, right? So Microsoft is often the clunkiest thing on my machine. You know, in terms of your Excel and PowerPoints and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And so but it's interesting. What I'll get you to. So Clubhouse, in actual fact, I just spooked. Sometimes I'm sure you understand. For me, is I need to avoid bright, shiny things. For us, but what I'm going to do is I did actually share with someone, because they've written a blog about Clubhouse, and she's okay. So do you want to show? Who is it you're after?
I'm just trying to get there.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Taking a little bit of time.
But I'll tell you, Lauren Bartley. I'll get you, if you're not already connected with Lauren. She wrote quite a good blog about Clubhouse. But I look at Lauren. I think her name is Lauren. Lauren Bartley is her name.
I think.
Yeah, she runs. You probably would. I'd be very surprised if you're not already connected. But in terms of you telling me to join Clubhouse, I'll be going to her immediately to say, Lauren, get me onto whatever I need in terms of because don't you have to have someone invite you or something along those lines?
Anyone. Yeah, no. I mean, I can invite
You could
you,
do it. Oh, you could do it,
yeah,
right? Okay, same
yeah.
sort of thing.
But
Yeah,
what I mean is, you will be amazed
yeah,
at the interaction that I've had off Clubhouse
yeah, right.
from referring back to it. It's the fastest method to get to the people that I wanted to get to that
Yeah,
I've
right.
ever seen,
So
ever.
coming from you, Roy, I'm going to take that on board and accept that, because I think the benefit. The reason LinkedIn is so powerful because it gives us direct and personal, which sounds like that's why you're getting it from Clubhouse as well, because it's giving you access, direct and personal access that you didn't previously had. Right? Is that
Okay,
correct?
Have a look here. See, Brian Galatia. You know who Brian Galatia is?
I'll read. Well,
No, this one over here.
yeah,
Brian Galatia.
yeah. Senior
He's the
director.
VP LinkedIn.
Ah, okay. Gee, it's pretty high.
Okay. Stephen Wallenhouse. Have you heard of Stephen Wallenhouse?
No.
Very, very,
Weatherology.
very, very top entrepreneur, LinkedIn guy. That's huge influencer. Couldn't even get to even message him before.
Nice.
Bobby Umar. Have you ever heard of Bobby Umar?
No.
No,
I'm
these are influencers.
Yeah, right.
These are serious players.
Awesome.
And what the point I'm making is not that I've managed to get, but that I've managed to get to these guys because I've been in the same room as them.
Yeah,
I've said something about business or insights, and then I've sent them a message to say, I saw you on LinkedIn. I saw you on Clubhouse. Can we connect?
Yeah.
I haven't had one person reject that.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? Because you're a good networker. So I think it's funny from just a slightly similar, because I went to the Victorian Chamber a training event on last Friday, which was just about growing teams, and there was some very serious, really good they're mainly manufacturing, construction type businesses, but there's some serious businesses, and just having exposure to that rather than say your normal week to week sort of sole trader micro business was incredible, right? So if you found something which for you is a bit of a golden egg, well, that's fantastic, because again, the power of how you can use it, right? So
that's why I'm sharing it with somebody like you, because I know. I mean, I'm not saying this to try and sell Clubhouse. I'm saying it to you.
No, I understand.
This thing is gold.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you get on now. So what we're doing is, I don't know if you know a business colleague, a friend of mine. His name's Michael Field.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've started a Clubhouse club. So what the whole concept of Clubhouse is that it's clubs that fall within a clubhouse.
Yeah.
So our club is that we've applied for, and we can actively start it without, we don't have to get permission, and we're calling it Ask the Audience.
Right. Okay.
So in other words, we're not there to stand on soapboxes and preach. We're there to stimulate conversation and engage people to form part of. So in other words, outsourcing the answers.
Yeah. Right.
And not to say we don't have them.
Yep.
And so what we do is we're calling it, say, Ask the Audience dash, what is your best marketing experience? So that's the topic under the Ask the Audience. Okay. So we'll have a different topic, and we're going to be doing it once a week.
Awesome.
So that might be a good way for you to start, is to come into the room and just have a chat. We're doing it on Sunday evening, every Sunday evening at 8:00, which means, and you could come in and have we could ask you a couple of questions relating to, how important social media is. So you will never ever be doing I'll never ever put you on the spot with regards what's your strategies and who you're helping. But people will start to see you, and then guess what will happen? They'll start to have a look at what you do, and the next thing people will say, can we be talking to you?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's just check on LinkedIn that you are connected to Lauren Bartley, because she does have a pretty big network, and even if we just say g'day and say because
what's her name? LOREN. Oh, geez.
There's an extra L there by the looks.
Yeah.
Just remember to, you're always lucky when you and I talk. You always get the big deal come through. That's what happens. Just need to ring me every now and again, Lauren.
How do you spell her surname?
No, I think you've got it right. Bartley
Oh,
is then. Yeah, there she is. So you're not connected, right? So, yeah, connect with Lauren and just say, I was speaking to Steve about the benefits of Clubhouse. I hear you're also involved. So something along those lines. Yeah. So
yeah.
she actually apparently thinks she was a good swimmer. So back at her and I, yeah. So her and I would have started out roughly the same time, but
Okay,
she's yeah. So yeah, but she has a big community and she runs a conference now, sort of Click something or other.
but she'll know your name. So if
Yeah,
I say
yeah,
Steve
talking to
Abbott,
Steve. Yeah, yes, yeah, yep, yep. Uh, about Clubhouse is really what, yeah, so I guess about the benefits of Clubhouse, which you're enjoying, right? So, yeah, and talk soon. Just got
yeah,
a cluck.
I'll go
There
back
you
there.
go. Yeah, she's really nice. She is very well connected out down here. But I guess to be honest, she's all over everything that comes out, right? So I can't
Yes,
think. There was a couple of really quick. At one point, there was the video streaming, but really, then TikTok's the only thing I've really added on this over the last 6 or 7 years in terms of the main new one that's sort of come through. But anyway, bottom line is Clubhouse sounds good, and I'm definitely going to have a look at it. Will I need to,
good.
when I go in there, will I need to find you or do anything particularly?
Yes. So first of all, you need to download the app,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
the app looks like that. It's a little picture. It's like
Okay.
it's a picture. I'm sure you can find it.
But
It's a
between
picture of
you
a
and
garden.
yeah, I'll make it happen. Yeah. Okay. And then, do
Okay,
you
well,
have a particular username or anything that I need to find?
I think it's just Roy Kowalski.
Oh, okay. Well, there can't be
And
too many Walkowskis in the
and
room.
you know what? All you need to do is I'll send you a message and everything.
Yeah.
If you
Sure.
could just jump on, and then on Sunday at 8 o'clock, just come and jump on for 10 minutes,
Okay.
and just come and feel it out, and I'll introduce you, and
Okay.
obviously give you a little bit of a blow a little bit of smoke up your backside about what you're doing. Now,
All right.
seriously, very important,
Okay. No worries. All right. Sounds
and
good.
literally, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Let's do
So,
let's set this Twitter up, right? So
okay,
let's
right.
go let's go with a plus symbol if we can find one, or if you yeah, and let's just you've got it there. So let's just go click on the little bird on the top left.
Yeah.
Oh, just go sign in on the top right, and it keeps on opening a new thing each time. So just get rid of the two birds to the left.
Okay.
There you go, and just go sign up because that's not you, right? So
No.
you don't know how to get that one, right? So it's BO. Do you have
So it says to protect, we've sent confirmation to BO. What the hell is that?
at out there branding? Do you have anything that would start with
No,
B?
I got a feeling this is still attention experts that have
Oh
got
yeah,
the
so
login.
I reckon let's not worry about this one. So I want to go. We're going to create you. That's what I was saying. So
Yes.
just go back. So if you go back instead of trying to go into your old accounts, we're not going to worry about that one. It is a bit
I thought,
annoying. I mean, if it is attention experts, we should really know how to get in there. But I think
okay, so
we're going to create an account called Better Call Roy, and we're going to call it
okay,
out, and we're going to
okay, I'm
call it
gonna have
out
to
there
open it up
branding.
again because it's not letting me go back.
Okay, just write Twitter up I'll get rid of everything in the URL. Just make it twitter.com again. Just click in the URL itself. Yeah, twitter.com. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Can I just grab some water?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. This is
Okay.
interesting. Is that your phone number by any chance?
No.
No. Okay. So let's just go. Let's just go back because it keeps wanting to get you into.
So I can't go back.
Oh, okay.
Every time I try and go in, there's no way of getting back.
Really, that's so
why I'm saying the whole
strange.
thing doesn't.
It's
This is
so
weird.
strange. It's almost like a cookie that sort of. So again, just click up the top again where it says twitter.com and just where instead of having account login, we're just going to get rid of all that in front of it. You get rid of all of it.
Just that.
Yeah, let's see what happens if we just do that. It may get the same thing. What if that happens? If this happens again, we just go Twitter sign up and we just try and do it. Just type in the URL as a sign up.
Yeah, it's not login. Oh, jeez.
Signing in.
So it says I'm signed in. You see, I don't want to be signed in. That's what I. So let me just have a look here. Attention. I'm 100% sure that this is Attention Experts.
Well, 58. Yeah, it's as you said, it's probably using one of your email by the looks because it had out there.
I don't know what this is. I don't know where this is coming from. But I don't know this. I don't know. And
yeah.
once I get here, then there's nothing we can do.
I just want to let's try let's again just get rid of all the URL up the top and just write Twitter sign up because we want to really log out. That's probably the thing. It's somewhere. It's in a just get rid of.
Look here.
Yeah, log out. Try that. I don't know if that'll work, but you can try.
How weird is this?
Sorry, that page doesn't exist. Okay, so cool. Down the bottom right, it's got sign up.
Yeah, but the thing is,
when you click on sign up, that's what happens. Okay. Hey, you know what? I've got an idea. Let me do it. So let me share for a second and share screen, and we'll do it from my end, and then we'll see if that could work. Because the only other thing I can think is a browser from your end. So let's create this.
How weird is that?
It is so strange, as you said. Hopefully, and then what we can do is connect it to your phone. I'll just make sure I've signed out of my one. Okay. All we'll do is, come on, log out. There we are. Okay, so let's do on mine. So you would have thought if anybody was going to have the problem you just had, it would be somebody like me that's got multiple accounts, right? So let's call this account. So we'll go without their branding still. What's your phone number, just Roy?
0421
0421
754 560.
560. Now, hopefully that's not already used, but anyway, yep. Let's go that. And birthday, month.
05.
Okay. As
May.
The 5th of May.
Yeah, 14th of May.
14th of May. Yep.
Sorry.
You're all right. This is more for security, but a year. I think you told me you're a little bit older than me.
A hell of a lot older than you.
You're not a hell of a lot older.
Well, how old are you?
Did you break into the Are you a 60s born, yeah? Or a 50s?
57.
57, there you go. Yeah.
I'm 63. I'm going to be 64 this year.
You're less than a decade and you inspire me. As you said from the start, there's a lot more I can learn from you.
None of said this.
Well, if you didn't say it, you should have said it. Right, so you should get a code now.
Yes, I did. 320
320
333.
333. Okay, cool. And let's give you the password, which is the same as your Instagram password. Okay, which I'll need to look up. Give me a second. It should be a variation of. You know where to find all your ones, don't you? In terms of, it's just a matter of when we go here, it's from the setup and planning day. So here we are. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to be able to add that. In fact, I've probably got one of these available. So let me just see if I can get that. Dropbox. Okay, buyer I'll do later. Let's just get it on. Let's get it. I'll finish up after we jump off the call.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now the other thing I want to do. So we'd better go in here. So we'll turn analytics on. Okay, that's that. And we'll put you. We need to add your email. Otherwise, we'll get logged out again probably. Here we go. Settings, and we're going to call it. So the password should still have that. Confirm. Right. So let's put that email in, and we're going to go just with Roy. Which one do we actually? What do we want to use? What did we use for the other ones? I wonder. What's your go-to part? What's your go-to email usually? Roy?
Roy branding.
Correct. Yeah.
.com.au.
It's a very simple test just to ensure I was speaking to the right person. Right. Okay. Okay. Let people, who have that, we'll go with that. Next. Okay. Now you should get an email to that address in the next little few seconds.
Yep, I did. And I must click on that, I presume.
It'll tell
67
67
57
57
80.
80. Okay. Right. And then that's great. So now we know you're up and running again, and let's check that we can get the Better Call Roy name. Oh, actually, sorry. Where are we? Call Roy. Hey, I love it. Okay. There you go. No, I'm very happy about that. All right, so that's good. So right now, then the last thing we want to do is if I open your Instagram, and we'll just make sure that your Instagram posts are going through. So okay. Okay, and that'll just make it easier when we do this. If this and that, this one actually we sign in using the same, but we only ever have to do it once, so it doesn't actually ask for verification or anything. It's just so that if for any reason it breaks, we know that we use the same detail as as your Twitter and Instagram. So let's go sign up. And Royat. I had an out of the blue email yesterday from a lady that does branding up in Sydney. I'll share that. Her name is Namata. Have you come across her? Namata.
No, I haven't. Mate, how you doing? Very good. Can I call you back? I'm just on a call with my social media guys. Anytime this evening. Okay, cool. I'll give you a call back. Okay, mate. Cheers, mate. See you. Bye. That is Michael Field. So we're just preparing for for Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So the conversation is, I don't want to break your train of thought. So just tell me if I'm disturbing.
No, I'm going to focus on this and listen to you, but you know that I'm not the best listener. In fact, I've got a funny story to tell you because I'm not the best listener.
So this is, as I say, the club's called Ask the Audience.
Yeah.
And the topic this week is, when you enter a room, what irritates you the most?
Okay.
In other words, what are your irritations?
A virtual room or in any room?
That push your buttons. And we think we're going to have quite a nice audience and quite a lot of interest, engagement and conversation. That's all that you really want.
Yeah, and so I'm assuming nowadays, and particularly when it's open-ended like that, so the room is often going to be considered virtual as well as in real life, correct?
Yeah, 100%. Except that literally what happens is that you call people up onto the stage. So if you've got a few minutes and you want to just have a look how it works, so people come and listen, and then they ask to come up on the stage, or we invite them to come up, and then they can speak. But if you can't speak if you're sitting in the audience, it's an interesting thing.
I like it. Well, hopefully I can jump in on Sunday.
If you can't, you'll come the next Sunday. But
of course.
The best way to be introduced is to go into a room where you know somebody, so that immediately you get the authentication. You get the verification by somebody else as to who you are. That to me is the most important thing.
Now, Roy, no point of a lie. Our little bloke, first half day at school, the teacher called us aside, mum and dad, and said, "I think we have a listening problem."
Really?
For my little bloke on day one at prep. I said, "Oh, yeah, he comes from a long line of people that aren't necessarily great listeners."
Oh God, that is too beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, day two was a lot better. Apparently, we had to have a talk.
That's unbelievable.
I know it is unbelievable. Listen, so this website too. Yeah. So from a social proofing perspective, there's some stuff we should do here. You know that.
Okay.
Right?
So that's my point. Is that I want to try and work out, how we can integrate. So Twitter's up and running.
Twitter's now will be in there. I'll finish that off once we get off this call. It'll be on brand, and it'll.
What I mean is, so what do I do on my phone and my?
Oh yeah. So basically, I'll put it back on underneath the setup, so you'll get an email. But yeah, you can do that now. I mean, realistically, what you'll be able to do is you can go onto your phone, and if you go to the app.
Find it. I haven't used it for so long that I think
that's right. And you'll have to probably log out and sign into a different account.
Okay. So at the moment, they're asking me for the password for @Roy Kowalski. So that's not the one, isn't it?
No, that's a different one. @Roy Kowalski. No, that's not it. So go in. So let me just get it. So I'm looking at the same sort of thing. What you should be able to see, if you hit on the there's a settings and privacy when you sort of hit on the icon.
Yes.
And then it'll take you, and it's got bookmarks, moments, Twitter ads, settings and privacy. If you go settings and privacy, maybe, I reckon. Or actual fact, well, you know what?
Account.
Yeah, so what you probably, depending on your setup, So if you've got something that asks you to switch accounts or anything along those lines?
Yeah, so what's the username?
So the username is Better Call Roy. And do you want me to on whereby I'll just paste the so you can copy and paste or at least see the password?
Just Better Call Roy.
Oh yeah, that's the name, but then the password is what you'll probably need to add as well. So.
Oh God, man! It keeps asking me for the @Roy Kowalski, so it doesn't let me go past that. So let's have a look here. So let's say username.
wonder if you're in the app or whether you're
Username's already been taken, it says.
what, Better Call Roy.
Yes. So
Oh,
what
it's
I
but
mean
no,
is
you're
just
not.
log
Yeah,
out.
you're not
Hold it.
signing up. You're signing in.
So let me log out first. There we
Yeah.
go. There. See what's happening in the world right now. So let's say login. Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I must put my email address as
No, just put in Better Call Roy, all one word. You can put in the username.
Right. Okay. Password
Is dollar, capital
dollar.
O. Yeah, the dollar sign.
Yes.
Then a capital O, capital T, capital B,
Yes.
lowercase r,
Yes.
20,
Yes.
10,
Yes.
13.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Save the password. Yes.
Yep. And now you should always, that should open up as your first one each time, hopefully. And now what
Yeah.
I'd recommend you do, well, as I said, I'll tidy that up in the next half hour. But yeah, like you did with everything else, just B2B typed connections. So realistically, just knock yourself out. Follow Google, follow YouTube, follow client, follow agency. You can follow up to 2,000 things, I think, if you want. But don't do it in work time. Do it when you're watching something TV or going for a walk or whatever. I don't know. But that's how you'll help on Twitter. It'll help, so the idea is you follow them, they'll probably follow you back. That's kind of the idea. Follow Clubhouse, that sort of thing. You'll be able to add that as a link. But anyway, let's get back to talking about this website. Just so you know, what we generally recommend is you've got them down here, all these links. So that you'll actually have to update the link, I'd say, on here. Yeah, because that's going to your old. So make sure you update the link to go to because that's not a good look when it says account suspended, right? So basically that's easy enough for your web person, right? The other thing is that you've probably got space down here to have your Facebook feed, I reckon. And what would be and the other thing is you could put your Google map icon down here as well. So, or in fact, I'd love to see it if you could get it up. Is actually not just down there because let's face it, that requires effort, and most people are lazy, right? They're probably not going to go down there. So just replicate the 6 icons. You might make them smaller, but you put them on the top right above Get in Touch.
Okay.
Yeah. If you could replicate the 6 icons, including your Google Map, which is where people can review you. Right,
yes.
And so it gives your address details, but it also gives where they can review you, right?
Got it.
Yeah. So if you put the 6 icons, I'll remind you. As I said, I'll do a little. Once I'm done, I'll send you a little email just to say, look, we're done.
Perfect.
This is what we've done, and here's what we were talking about to suggest from a web social media proofing. If you can replicate the icons up the top right, and potentially consider, it's really only what we did because you're doing so much. You're doing a lot of posts. It's good to show that sort of, I don't know if that's loaded, but yeah, realistically, we just there's a little plug-in that you can put on, right, that just shows the details of what you've been posting about, right?
Yes.
It just highlights that you're not just on there, you're actually active on there. Now, one other thing, which I don't think you probably do at the moment, but you might want to consider at least once a week, and it may be your Saturday post. When you share as Roy Kowalski, because you get so much engagement, it's fairly easy just to click and share it across to your company page as well.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. That should I do that?
Yeah, every now and again. Yeah, absolutely, because you've got such a, I intermix, right? So I'm doing it the reverse because I'm trying to get my saying that you might consider this too, but maybe once a week you actually share from the company to you. And once a week you share from you to the company. Right?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be scripted once a week, whatever. Realistically, you're so active that it wouldn't be that noticeable anyway, so long as you're doing it in and amongst the other engagement that you do on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
But it's good practice and it will help your brand if you're sharing every now and again from yourself to the brand and from the brand to you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can
That's
just,
good.
you'll see, I just add a little sentence that just says,
Yes.
yesterday we talked about, rather than just doing social media marketing, what would it be if we used language, it was Seth Godin about, improving,
Yes.
invigorate, whatever, you know what I mean? So you just share the key point that you're trying to make
Yes.
rather than the entire post again. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I,
you don't
I
have to
wanted
add
I wanted
hashtags
to
and that.
I wanted to just show you this. So I'm going to get this across. It's only just sort of unrolling. So let me share my screen with
Sorry,
you,
I'll
then
stop
I can
sharing
show.
my screen. Yep.
So I've got this woman in America that's helping with some of my content. She's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, right.
So uh, so this is what she created for me. I mean, we're going to get this across to. I'm just making my job. That's fucking make this nice.
Just might need to click one more button so I can see the screen too. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm just trying to sort of save that into that. Oh, here we go. So she's created this this PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't say share. That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies. So she's created this PDF. Wow, I can't believe how slow it is. I think it's because we're on this other call. I've
Also,
never
yeah,
seen it this slow.
we've got it does take a bit of drain when you're sharing your screen, and we've both got our videos on as
Yeah.
well. So
Wow, I can't believe it. So I don't even know if you've seen this. Okay, so there we go.
yep.
So she's created this little
Presentation.
PDF,
Yep.
what they call a PDF pages.
Oh yeah.
So what it is, I'm going to make a big screen so you can see. It's probably easier. Okay, so there it is. It's got my logo.
Yep.
It's got my Better Call Roy on the bottom, and then it's 10 tips for promotional products to win and retain. That's the title, and then she goes through 10 different tips. This one is choose wisely. This one is be aware or useful. So it goes on, and there are 10 different ones.
Awesome.
Now, this I'm gonna share this on my website. This is going to be on amongst the blogs, but I'm just sort of thinking. I wonder where we could, how we could introduce this into, the social media.
I wonder if there's a way of.
And I think this would be a good thing for the business page. In other words, to say in between all these posts, here are 10, here are, however you want to word it, let me just go back to one. So, here are 10 tips for promotional product to win and retain customers. Here's some advice from out there, well, I don't know what the wording is, but you know what I'm saying.
It's a blog, but it's, as you said, it's a slide share. So it's perfect for us in terms of if it can be on the website, but is there a way of making it on the, so I'm assuming it could be a click through on the website as well, right?
Yeah, so we're going to put it under the blogs on the website.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Still going. And she's doing 4 for me. So she's done she did 10 tips, 10 days highlights with slides. Also very, very good. Not when I say very good, not because of the content, but because of the layout.
Yeah, I think it's easy to digest. It would, and it's really
correct. That's the thing. It's very easy to know. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to just.
Yeah, no, it's great, but I like the way that you're thinking. It's all integrated, right? So clearly, for us, if you put this, what I would almost do, particularly if you've got a blog, I reckon it would work best from a Google stance. Is you have this slide that sits above, and then you have the written word in the blog underneath. So you basically got 10 tips and that's telling us what's on each slide, right?
Yes.
So that when you actually do it as a blog, you'd put this in as like an image, I imagine, or like how you add media, for videos and images, and then but use the text underneath. There's a few reasons for that. Firstly, as I said, it's good for Google, but it's also good for, say, Emily, because Emily would then just copy it and then paste maybe tip number 1. Or tip, she could go through 10 weeks of that sort of thing, right? Look, read more, right? So that might be the thing to do.
Okay, you want me to stop sharing?
You can, but yeah, that's good. That's all. I think that's been very good. I think both of us are gonna log the 1-to-1 today.
Yeah.
No, that's good, Roy. I think I feel like we're winning. Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a brilliant day. I'll as I said, I'll pop you. In fact, I might even share my screen to the right, because I'll just show that I'll finish off, and then at least you'll be able to see, or at least Emily will be able to see what I did to finish off as well, just in terms of adding the brands on the out there branding. But that's mainly all I need to do, is just to get the details on there. But that's been good. We've covered a lot. Excellent.
Okay, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you, Roy. Speak.